Day 14, 2 full weeks of Qigong. You may think, what did I do before all this Qigong? Well, start planning on what you're going to do today and from this day forward with all this Qigong. Start to gather, pulling around, beautiful sunrise on the coast. And the hands are on the Dantian. Check your battery. See what your charge is. Is it the beginning of the day, end of the day? We're going to begin with Daoyin movements. Step out to the side, find the hand, follow the hand out and forward, both hands down, and follow the other hand, the other side around, and step in, and then that brings the arms down. Other side, stepping out, lifting up and forward, hands down, follow the other hand, and sweep around the front, step back to the middle, and arms down. These motions are really described like simple, not easy, so they're intricate. You're stepping out, offering, and then palms together, separate heaven and earth, and down with that upper hand. Other side. Step out. You turn the hand because the chest turns. And separate and down with that arm. Okay, I'm convinced myself to move more slowly in this one because it feels so Xena warrior princess. So go up in the X and bend the knees, hand sweep back. You are making that chicken beak back there. Hands come around to the front, backs of the hands are together, come up the middle and push out and shift back to the standing leg and arms down. Other side. Step out, forearms together, open up into the X, bend the knees. That drops your arms past you. Turn the head, arms swing back through, and push out. Step back together. Shooting the bow. Remember, this is where your legs do the kind of pigeon-toed thing. The back leg is straight, front knee is bent, pull back on the bow, palms down, come around, step together, arms down. Other side, the leg stepping out moves the arms forward. You turning your chest moves the arms into position to shoot the bow. You turning the chest back moves your arms back. Step back in, arms down. We do 4, 5, and 6 of these twice. So, pulling back, palms down, back to the front, and step back together. You might have noticed that it's actually harder to move more slowly. We're used to the fast twitch. We're used to moving actively, quickly. Brush the toes. Follow the hand up, over, comes all the way to the other side, and then down the outside of that leg. Get a little forward bend in, brush your toes. That same hand is the hand coming up the outside of the same leg. Okay, other side. Up, over, find it. The palm is flat, down the outside of the leg. And then it's a fist coming up the same leg. That's why we do these several times. Follow the hand up, over, neck gets a great stretch, palm down, brush down that outside gallbladder channel, over the toes, and come up the other side. Chin up and over, down the palm down the leg, brush the toes, and standing up. So number 6, one of my favorite names, rhinoceros gazes at the moon. So Your arms by the side. Legs are the same as shooting the bow, but the arms do different stuff. Palms up and come back to the middle and step together. Shift weight, step out to the side. Hands go around and up, palms up, hold up the sun, and come back, and arms down. Step out, hands sweep and come up, palms up, wrist flex. Palms turn and face the sky then. So we get wrist motions and twist in the spine. Legs are doing that pigeon toe lunge and stepping back together. Okay, so now we're going to practice this stepping for number 7. And I just want you to get in a balanced standing position and start to step back. Step back, come back, and step back. You are stepping behind you in a diagonal motion. So if you did any aerobics in the 80s and 90s, welcome back to the back diagonal lunge. Stepping back. And if you want to improve your balance, bring your arms out. This is where they will be when we do number 7. We're going to build. I've found the best luck with number 7 is to start to go into it gently. Start to, if you have your balance, start bend that back knee in your lunge. Okay. All right. There's your prelude to number 7. And we get to do a few rounds of the swimming dragon. So stand up and stretch to the side. So this shows you your chest going one way, hips trying to go the other way. Okay, now come down the midline of your body. Now let the wrists come across. Now when your hips go one way, let your hands go the other way. Hands move. You're just like twisting like a dragon tail, but swimming more like an alligator, really. This is more alligator-esque. Coming up. This is to help bend your abdomen. It's an abdominal massage. It helps to release abdominal tension and tension around the organs. Hips one way, hands the other way. Coming back up, all the way back up. And stretch and arms down. And onto our 8 brocades. Just moving the energy again, gathering them, bring the hands onto the dantian. Check your battery now, see if it's charged up, if it's helped you kind of unwind from the day, if you're energizing midday. It's Qigong du jour. It can be all of those things. You're going to move into lifting earth to heaven. And exhale, arms sweep down. Lifting up. And arms sweep down. Your neck is following the hands. Getting that neck flexion, wrist flexion. Wrists and necks are like very similar as far as the energetics. So getting more wrist mobility helps your neck. Okay, 3 times, lift and drop. It's nice to drop onto the sand. These dunes are really nice. You know, I love sand. Dropping down. Okay, so into the bow. So maybe you're able to go down further and further. 2 weeks of doing it, you should feel like your legs are some more supportive. So push and pull, and you know where your hands are going. You know where you're aiming. Let go of the arrow. That's your exhale. Exhale. Coming around. Exhale when you let go of the arrow. Your focus is on whichever hand is in front of you. So you switch hands, push and pull, come around. Great shoulder mobility, waist mobility, and come to standing. And step together, and 3 times, lift and drop, lift and drop. You can do shaking in between too. This is the purpose is to help, kind of let go of that built up muscle tension. Separating heaven and earth. This is also an example of yin yang, the seen and unseen, the sun and the moon, active and attractive. Turning the head, we get a neck motion again. Separating. Turning the head. Follow the hand down. Okay, 3 times, lift and drop. Dropping down. You can do an exhale at that time. That's also very, helps the body release extra built up energy. Okay, wise owl looks behind. It really is a good time to power up your legs, tighten up the buttocks, tighten up in between the shoulder blades, tighten up the backs of the arms, all the way down the legs as you're turning. That's going to free up the front side of the body so you can turn more easily. And exhaling through the middle, you totally relax, completely decompress when you come through the middle. Okay, 3 times, lift and drop. Lift and drop. Let the arms swing easily. Little bend to the knees is gonna let the legs relax more. Number 5, dragon swings its tail. So deep lunge. Find your lunge. What's your lunge doing today? Back leg straight, front knee bent, knee stays over ankle or arch. Try not to let it go past the toes. Going up. Now go forward over that knee, through the middle, deep squat, and up the other side. Ziggy's mad. She wasn't there. Sorry you didn't get to go to the beach, but you can go to that beach. We should go next week. Swing through and come up. Then up, looking up, come back through. You might be faster than me, might be slower than me. Just make sure you're lunging and arching and breathing and giving your spine that full stretch and arch. I am on Sullivan's Island, in case you could name that dune. Swinging through, deep lunge, and coming up. Over the leg, and through, and back up through the middle. Good. Stand together, and shake it out. Bounce up and down 3 times. So maybe you're at the point where you know what comes next. You might have ones you really like. You might have ones that you wish weren't as long. But it is a nice shift when you start to make progress in a brocade that you kind of didn't like. So let that be a possibility. You start to get some different pathways open and let yourself go down and stretch and come up, arch back, Going down the backs of the legs. I went to face the sun, but I didn't want to moon y'all the whole time. I was been to town, so I went to kind of to the side. So arching back. That power up with your legs and arms and back totally straight if you can. I knew that sunrise was pretty when I was there, but it's even prettier now. Wow. Yep. I do voiceovers, not there. I do them at my house, and sometimes dogs bark. Come rolling up. Okay. 3 times. Lift and lower. Dropping down. Okay, the grand finale. And get down into your horse stance and start to the first 10 are slow, like this. You're like ripping the phone book in half and you're trying to get the motion. And then when you're ready, start to speed it up. And you could do all of them slow. I know it's taken me 2 weeks to give you that option, but do what you want. Just do something. Sink down and try to get more motion in your shoulders. If you don't have a lot of built up cortisol and adrenaline, you might not have to do this that fast. If you have a lot, do it fast. If you have a lot of stress, do this fast. Okay, keep punching, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Good, and get it off you. Good. Put it in the sand. Yes. Okay. The last 3, number 8, it is to put the final button on your beautiful garment that you've made, brocade. It's looking pretty good. 2 weeks, making it for 2 weeks. Starting to really take shape. Okay. Center. Check your battery now. You might have more energy than you thought. You might want to go take a nap. You might be recharged for the rest of the day. You can decide that right now. Thank you for this beautiful day and this beautiful sunrise.